I cheated on my girlfriend, but she won't leave me. I, 29M, just need to vent about this. Yesterday was Canada Day, and a few buddies, 30M and 24M, of mine came over for beers and a fire. Eventually, one of Buddy's brothers, 19M, came with his girlfriend, 18F, and other buddy, 30M, had a girl he's seeing come over with her friend, 25F and 24F, 24F the one I slept with. I had no intentions of sleeping with this girl at all, and throughout the night I noticed her looking at me across the fire pit. She was also very polite to my girlfriend, 30F, who I've been with for 4.5 years and have known since high school, so I didn't think much of it. Eventually, when 2 a.m. came, I decided to go back to Buddy's, who was also hosting the two girls, to have a few beers and either go home after or pass out on his floor or something if I couldn't make it home. Girlfriend knew of this plan. Well, as the night went on, the friend and his girl went to bed, and I was left with the other girl watching Despicable Me 2, which was awkward as I never met her before, but the movie was funny to me. Anyway, I was almost done my beer and was going to head out as I was hitting my limit, and she looked tired when I heard her say, "So are we doing this or what?" Which I didn't register her saying that for a few seconds, then thought, why did she say that over the next few seconds, when before I knew it she got onto my lap in a cowgirl position and started making out with me. Now, for context, I was pretty drunk by this point. I also have struggled with major depressive disorder and fibromyalgia most of my life, as well as lack of affection when growing up. So with the alcohol, it all culminated in me not fully realizing what was happening, in the sense of I knew it was happening, but I couldn't see beyond my tactile stimulation. We ended up having sex for probably 40 minutes before she went to bed, and when I knew she was asleep, I grabbed my SHT and left, walking the 3 blocks home. By this point, it was 5:30 a.m., and when I got home, my almost 5-year-old stirred awake upstairs, and my girlfriend comes down with her, as now her morning has started, and she's running on 4 hours sleep. She didn't drink but hung out last night. Apparently, this girl left a hickey on my neck, and my girlfriend touched and looked at it and just stared at me, waiting for me to say something. I asked her what she wanted to hear as I was beginning to tear up, and then told her what had happened. Well, that's when my depression kicked in and the drunken realization that I let something happen that I can never take back. And fast-forwarding past the self-harming, for the first time in over a decade, when she wasn't around and her taking anything I grabbed to continue when she was with me, including stopping a probable side attempt, not sure what I planned on doing with my skill saw, we moved to today. I can't handle looking at her as I'm so ashamed at what I did. We talked a bit about it today as I broke silence to ask her when is she planning on leaving, that I'll leave and pay for our place for her and the kids as I find a place to go, etc. And she says she isn't leaving, that she loves me, knows it won't happen again, and that she isn't mad that it happened necessarily, but more so that the girl the night of the drinking was thanking her multiple times for having them over, and then knowing who my girlfriend was to me, well aware as I refer to her as my wife, did this. And she could tell by the fact I cried harder than I ever have in front of her, and all my actions I immediately regretted it, which I do. I don't understand why she isn't leaving, like I'm the only income, make great money, etc. And I get that I support her from having to live with her parents as the only alternative right now, and I do love her, but I can't believe that this happened, or that she isn't leaving me. I'd leave me, drunk or not, surprised entirely by the girl I cheated with or not. It doesn't matter. She doesn't want to leave me. I don't understand why, as I effectively want to die for how I betrayed her, and short-term thinking. I don't want to be a potential constant reminder if she thinks she isn't good enough when it was nothing like that. Not even sure if this is the right sub to talk about this, but I needed to vent and hear people either SHD on me for being a POS or give me insight why such a wonderful person would give someone who she always knew was broken from the start a pass or whatever.